Egypt's shift of alliance to the Soviet bloc, Western alliances began to change. Gamal Abdel Nasser was challenged by Britain's close relationship with the two Hashemite kingdoms of Jordan and Iraq. His goal was to unite all the Arab countries under his rule. At that time, Britain's ally, King Abdullah of Jordan, was assassinated for his willingness to make peace with Israel. In North Africa, Nasser supported Algerian nationalist movements in their struggle against French colonialism. In retaliation, France decided to support Israel. France, who had never really been a friend of the Jewish state, now became its main resource for modern weaponry, especially aircraft.
Gamal Abdel Nasser decided to nationalize the Suez Canal and to oust the British from the country.
This enraged both the British and the French, who owned and controlled the Suez Canal. In late October 1956, consolidating his position, Nasser moved a large part of the Egyptian army with its newly acquired Soviet armaments into the Gaza Strip, and was committed, in his own words, to a war of annihilation against Israel. Then Nasser, against international law, closed down the Straits of Tiran to the Red Sea, blocking shipping to both Jordan and Israel. In what became known as the Suez Crisis, Britain and France then allied themselves with Israel in an effort to counter Nasser's aggression. The plan called for Israel to launch a major attack against the Egyptians in the Gaza Strip and the Sinai. The British and the French would then intervene to separate the warring parties and retake control of the Suez Canal. Israel launched its attack on October the 29th.
It was a great surprise when Israel joined France and England in an attack on Egypt. The two big powers wanted to reoccupy the area of the Suez Canal in Egypt. And Israel wanted to open the Tiran Straits for Israeli shippings, and also to curb the infiltration and the military actions by the Fedayeen from the Gaza Strip.
At the very time that the British, the Israelis, and the French were militarily engaged with Egypt, the Hungarian Revolution against the Soviet-style regime broke out. The Soviets were very much preoccupied with it. They failed to put down the rising at first in October 1956. But on November 4th, they sent new troops in and suppressed the revolution. Because they were so busy with Hungary, the Soviet Union was not much directly involved in the Middle Eastern events of 1956.
In 6 days, Israeli forces captured most of the Sinai, the Gaza Strip, and Sharm el-Sheikh, the fortress controlling access to the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba. The Israelis countered